Already, a new banner has graced us with its presence, and the 3 4-star characters could be pretty nice. If we pull a Cookie, I could put her on this team, and we can actually make an overload team comp. If I pull a Xingqiu, I mean, he's just a great character. And if we pull a Seth, I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot that he was even a character in this game. I genuinely have no idea what he does. But let's go ahead and find out if I even need to learn what he does. If we want the Cookie for Overload, I mean, Pyro is part of Overload, so we're gonna pull on this banner. And if you don't know the rules, we do single pulls until we get a 4-star character. And let's see if this is the same as every other time where we get a weapon first, and then we have to pull on the weapon banner and then come back here, and then we'll get a character. Or are we just going to get a character right away for once? I'm fine with either as long as I have enough primos for it. The pity for a 4-star is not being nice to us. So, hard pity for a 4-star. Here we go. And who are we getting? So, I have to learn what he does. Wait, ooh, did you see that? I just saw what popped up on my screen. I saw a little 3 thrilling tales. I literally couldn't even get 1 until this point. Oh, that is actually huge. Barbara, you are, I mean, technically it's not really an upgrade for you because Prototype Amber gives you more HP, but this is just a buff for the rest of the team. Now, I'm saying this before I know what Sethos does. I'm kind of sad that we missed out on the other 2 4-stars because they are some of like the most useful ones in the game. But maybe I will learn to love this guy. I should read his talents. Normal attack. Performs bow shots. It's a normal attack. But the skill. Ooh, okay. Gathers the might of thunder, so it deals damage. If this attack triggers Electro Charge, Superconduct, Overloaded, Quicken, Aggravate, Hyperbloom, or the Electro Swirl reactions, we regenerate elemental energy. Nothing too crazy. But for the burst, the Twilight Meditation State. Normal attacks converted into enemy-piercing Dusk Bolts. Damage increases based on EM. Cannot perform aim shots in this state. Good. Considered, oh, but it's considered charged attack damage. Okay, you know who this sounds like it'd be fun with? Xingqiu. I would put him on the Overload team, but this doesn't solve our problem. Yes, his element fits here, but it's still all characters that want to be on field to do what they have to do. Also, I should absolutely not start building another new character when I'm already struggling to build the ones that we have. That being said, I do just kind of want to see what he does, like, actually in combat. We're definitely not going to be doing anything crazy with him here because a lot of the stuff scales with EM or his energy levels. But let's just use the skill. Okay, you got to be closer than that. This is a learning experience. So, skill. Okay, cool. And then we could do some stuff. And we could do it again. I should probably just give him a weapon. Ooh, actually, Rust might not be bad for when he uses his... No, Rust is terrible. We'll just give him a Favonius... I'm not in combat game. Actually, what I should give him is the Raven Bow for extra EM. Oh, I didn't know about that. Oh, so we get a super strong arrow. And I miss it. Is there like a fall off range for this arrow? What is going on? I'm aiming directly at the head. Okay, shoot. 50. Okay, all right. 50 damage, huh? And so that's pretty impressive. I'm just trying to get him enough energy so I can see what his burst looks like. Oh, wait, when you fully charge this, you get locked in place. Look at this. I'm moving. Oh, can't move anymore. I'm saying all this as if you guys don't know what his kit is, but you probably already know. Okay, it is bursting time. Gonna come over here, use this. See, oh, excuse you. This I like. This part feels fun. Normal attack infused, because you don't get too many bow characters that actually infuse their arrows with elements through normal attacks. You have, what, Yoimiya and Yoimiya? I think more so what I'm referring to is a lot of the things like Bennett C6, they can't actually infuse bow characters. I don't know how strong this character is or isn't, but I like the playstyle of his burst. Wait, hold on. Look at this. All right, charged attack. Boom. 53. But if I do the huge, super, uber charge attack, we hit for... Wait for it. 50. Unless you just... Wait. Unless what it's doing is that you can't get a crit headshot through doing the charge, like this one. Because, yeah, it's not critting. Wait, why don't they let you get headshots with it? If you have a super strong bow shot, I feel like getting the crit would be the most satisfying part of it. All right, what about this? What if I shoot that and then start overloading and we shoot? I mean, he's level 1. What am I expecting? Definitely would want a ton of ER on him. I don't know if I'm going to build him right now because, like I said, our resources are already getting spread so thin. However, I do want to build him at some point because I think he could be pretty interesting. And again, I have never used him before. Okay, hold on. Before you start leaving comments, I've done some research. Even though this boy scales with EM, apparently the slingshot is like one of his best weapons. And we do have one at R5 already. So I'm just going to put that on him. I'm not going to level it because for the time being, I don't think we can build a good enough team with him in it. And also, like I said, we need to just focus on 4 characters, which during a live stream, we kind of agreed that they should be these 4. I know Shevers works better in an overload team, but she is still a healer and it gives us pyro resonance. Primarily, I've been spending a lot of my resin when it's not in videos just on ley lines. I feel like that is a very good idea. And I have seen the comments telling me that Gaming scales more with the normal attack because of the plunging attack. So we need to do a bit of farming in this domain, which is not a very good thing because, you know, we're kind of building a lot of pyro characters. And I don't know if you've noticed yet, but the enemies in here are immune to pyro. And that is pretty cold, except it's not because it's hot, because it's a pyro. I wonder, like, Stathos isn't built, but I wonder if I could just run him with a Shevers and then Lisa and some other pyro character and just spam Electro in here for overload damage, which I think would work, but again, he's not built. Luckily, we do have Dendro, which does some decent damage. Okay, wait a second. I unlocked the cheat code. We first apply Hydro, okay? We get rid of the pyro. We don't want that here. Then Dendro, okay? Creates a core. We burn the core and it kills it faster. Also, ignore the fact that that was a 3-minute run. Clearly, that is because I took a break during it and not because this account is just that weak. But now we can come in and level up his normal attack to level 3. And I think, nope, 4. Yep, okay, 4 as well. That is the highest that we can get it for now. Oh, wait a second. I just discovered something tragic. Okay, so we're gonna play a little game here. On this team, I spy who's the damage dealer. Which one do you think it is? Oh, you think it's this one? Wrong. 7.5% crit rate. What's this, Barbara? 9.8%. Oh, she is Golea 17, and so does Shevers. So our main DPS has the lowest crit rate out of all of our characters. There is a new event that we could definitely try out and most likely fail terribly at. Which reminds me, in the last event, I actually did do a live stream like I said that I was going to, and we made sure that we finished it only using 4-star characters. Was it really that serious? Probably not, but we still did it. And here, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to go with the lowest difficulty, but we will try a quandary. We need to do lots of Dendro related reactions, so that is what we're going to be trying to do here, which is going to be hard once Cole's stuff goes off of cooldown because yeah, we just don't have any. Wait, I got this. Once again, we do the same thing. We get bloom cores and then we burgeon it because that'll count as additional reactions. So like here, huge burgeon. Wait, we did it? Wait, do they actually expect me to be able to kill these? I mean, I'll give it my best shot, but I think they have more confidence in my account than I do. Although, hold on, we actually did do it. And I think we did it perfect. I don't get Mora, which is arguably more important than the primos on here. Okay, wait, hold on a second. Lowest level, Perilous. Opponent level, 45. Quandary, 50. Desperate, 55. So, I mean, pattern recognition says the next one should be 60. 105. I'll give you one guess of which one I'm not gonna try, but we will be giving a chance to the next highest difficulty because it wants us to do lots of skills, which Gaming is perfect for. We are actually doing better than I thought we would. Oh, the YUB. At least that is, wait, that is what this is called, right? Yeah, why? Okay. I didn't want to get that wrong and then have all of the comments spamming about it. Hey, at least I remembered something from the Archon quest. I was so close to breaking it in time, but it's a Hydro Shield, so it doesn't really matter. Although it does because it took all my bursts away. Well, this is unfortunate. I was just barely not able to beat it. I did it. I went through. I changed the artifacts. They are cracked now. Look at this. 19 to 87 crit ratio. This is going to be an absolute cakewalk now. Except I immediately want to restart because it teleported out of Cole's burst. And that is not an optimal start for this. So I'm going to wait for her to teleport. We go over here and then we use it. And this should help me to hit her more. First enemy is down. I thought there was some game mechanic that increased my skill cooldown because I looked at it and it was like a 20-something second cooldown. And then I just remembered that that's Barbara. I would like to admit that I learned nothing. I saved all my bursts for this phase as if I was going to use them all to break through the shield, forgetting that the whole point is you can't use them. So this was actually worse than last time. Event? Wait, what event? What event are you talking about? We weren't doing an event. Nah, what we're doing is finally making progress with the Geo Archon quest. Because now that we finally got an animal character in the last episode, we can actually complete all of this. So funny story, I actually forgot that this event was like still going on. There is a day left and I've done it across multiple accounts, so I forgot that we didn't do it on this one yet. And there's kind of a free 4-star, so this is probably the account where it is most necessary for us to do it, which means before we do the Archon quest, I need to go do this event. And of course, once again, we're just gonna skip all this for the video, so I will come back to you when we have Candace. Sometime later, we now have Candace at our disposal. I had to do some of the story stuff because I was not able to do the highest level of the combat event. I was only able to get the lowest score for all of them. And what hurts the most about that is we're missing out on so much more. But of course, just like with Sethos, we're not going to start building Candace right now. We are instead gonna clean the cobwebs out of a teapot. Then we just resume with the leeway fetching, Archon quest. For the next part of the Archon quest, because I kind of cut a lot of it out, we have to go up to the top of there and activate an Anemo pinwheel. Now, obviously, we do have Anemo at our disposal, but there was a recommendation that I got in a YouTube comment a little while back that I would like to try out, and it requires me to go start a different quest, because if we do a Razor's quest, then we are given some hunting traps. So apologies, Razor, I will not be getting you any boars. We are instead going to go back to Liyue. And I've probably said it so many times, but now that we've had Natlin exploration and the new characters, doing this, like just having to climb this and wait for stamina to regen, it just feels so bad. Now, yes, eventually we will have Kachina, but we don't have her currently, which means this is going to be our life for a while. Now, really quickly, I do want to mention, I have seen just a handful of comments saying that they want me to make more progress in these challenge accounts rather than just, you know, building characters. And by that, they mean Archon quests or other quests, which I completely understand. The problem with that is this is like the 4th or 5th or even higher than that number of times that I've done these quests. So I have nothing left to say. I'm sure I've already made the same jokes multiple times. And obviously we've set rules on this account that kind of incentivize us to do the Archon quests. But most of it just has to get cut out of the video because like it's not a challenge to span through dialogue. I mean, it is a challenge to span through dialogue. Mentally, it's a big challenge. But in terms of value for the video, it's pretty boring to watch that, which is why I tend to not do quests in these challenge accounts. If you have some idea of how I can make the Archon quests fun for both me and you, feel free to let me know. But now here is the Anemo pinwheel strat. I've not tested this myself, and I'm very curious to see if it works. Like I said, we do have Lynette. We could just activate it and go on our merry way. But for the sake of other people potentially doing challenge accounts, and for me in the future, if I somehow happen to start another challenge account, we are going to get my good friend Java in the world, and Java is going to use an Anemo 4-star character to activate the pinwheel. As we can see, that works. Okay, we go up to this, but what we'll notice is this won't actually activate the quest because Genshin does not like doing quests in co-op. But somewhere in here, we have that hunting trap, this thing. I don't know how these get placed. I'm just going to use it. So it's like this. Now, we can stand on top of this and then we return to single player. Now, I was a little too lazy to test it myself and have to climb back up on top of that mountain again. But supposedly, if you return to your world without placing down that boar trap, you will spawn underneath this floating thing. But because we were standing on it, we stayed on it even when we returned to our own world. This would not have helped us in Geo only because we had to use an Anemo character to light the pinwheel. But for any challenge that allows for an Anemo character, you can do it that way. We are, however, getting close to being able to pick another 4-star character. The Geo Archon quest is almost coming to an end. I imagine that this battle will not be too difficult. First phase, very quickly done. And as long as they get Burgeons, we're able to do a lot of damage. And now we just gotta take down his Power Ranger form. He's only level 47, so he doesn't really do too much damage. The hardest thing about this fight is just trying to keep him in one place. In fact, he didn't even get to do his whale attack. Now it's time for everybody's favorite waiting game. We just get to stand here and wait until enemies spawn for the next 6 minutes. It's pretty Pretty fun. Good thing they give me all these buffs so I could just run around. Otherwise, it would get pretty boring since, you know, nothing's actually spawning. Ooh, good. Another buff. That's really going to help against... Oh, those guys. They actually spawned an enemy. And once again, Osile goes kaboom. There we have it. The Geo Archon quest is completed, which means we will get to choose a 4-star character. And also something else I noticed is we hit AR 35, which means we have the option of ascending the world. That obviously means much better drops, but also much stronger enemies. So I think what I might want to do is just level up these talents, or at least the important ones, get the weapons ascended to where we want them, and then I'll ascend the world and farm ley lines after that, because ley lines we definitely want the world leveled up for. As for what character we're going to be choosing, there's obviously some options that seem smarter, but I might end up going with Kachina, though I'm not entirely sure. Ideally, I would love to pick one of these two so that I can get rid of this, but we already have Kole, so I'm gonna wait on that. It's not that important. Zhanling would be great, and it would get rid of an exclamation point. But you see, when you go over and start the Natlan Archon quest, wherever that is, right over here, they immediately give you a Kachina. It's not like one of these claimable things, it just gives it to you. So if we're gonna do the Natlan Archon quest next, then we should count that as our 4-star for finishing the Liyue Archon quest. If we're gonna do Inazuma next, then it doesn't really matter as much which one we choose, but I think people would rather me pick Kachina because, like, I mean, I'm excited to use Zhanling because I never really use her anywhere, but Kachina is still relatively newer, and there is that really broken artifact set for Natlan characters. So it's kind of funny because this will be like Geo only and Swords only with Shalonen, where on Geo only, Shalonen is just DPS, and on Swords only, she can actually be used as a support character. Then for Kachina on Geo only, she's basically a nothing character, unfortunately. But on this account, Kachina could actually be pretty useful. And most of that use, if not all of it, comes from the artifact set. Although Kachina's not here. So what do I need to do to get her to show up? Oh, that's right. Bedtime story. And I don't have bedtime story because I haven't done any of the Dainsleif stuff. But we could just quick start and ignore all of it. Wait. Oh, right. I have to I have to leave here to go over to Fontaine to say goodbye to all the people that don't know who I am. And then I have to return to the exact spot that I was just standing at. Guys, look, we also finished the Fontaine Archon quest. I just cut all of it out of the video. 100% that's what happened. I mean, this is proof, right? We're saying goodbye to them. I also just realized that earlier in the video, not that much earlier, I said that we wouldn't have Kachina for a long time. Well, I was wrong. And this is actually kind of fitting because we finished the Geo Archon quest, and now we get a Geo character, which will also be our first 4-star Geo character. And there we go. So we don't have to do the Natlan Archon quest now, especially because the entire thing's not out yet, so I don't know how we would count that. Sorry about that, Kachina. You are going to be waiting for quite a while. Or maybe not. Who knows? Maybe we will start. But we have Kachina now, and yet again, I would love to build her. We even have a perfect polearm for her, but I still think we should stick to the 4 characters we are working on. But then each and every time that I get a new 4-star, it becomes harder and harder for me to stick to that. And we were actually able to get the Thrilling Tales up to level 60 immediately. Since we're AR 35, we can technically bring it one time further. But right now, I'm going to focus on the 3rd Ascension tier. So I think it'd be smarter to build all of these characters evenly rather than hyper investing into just one. Also, I'm gonna have to start doing the Liyue reputation so I can actually get condensed resin on this account, because that helps so much in terms of speeding up my daily farming, especially because these domains take quite a while for us to beat. We are already level 2 for reputation here, and that is not enough for condensed resin. But I think if we take care of all of our weekly reputation stuff for this week, we should have enough. Oh. We did a lot of damage there. All of our weekly bounties and reputation are now complete, and that just barely gave us enough to get the condensed resin recipe. So now farming will be so much faster. And so now I'm going to go do some farming, but I don't need to bore you guys with that. So the next time that we play on this account, hopefully I am ready to ascend the world, and then we can just keep on making progress. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, I will see you all next time.